us to really magnify appreciation. While there's a lot of reasons for us to crib and cry, but there's a lot of reasons for us to appreciate. But it requires a switch. It requires a shift. It requires a change in the way I look at things. One of the first persons in the United States of America to earn $1 million in salary was Charles Schwab. He was working for the United States Steel Mills. He was 38 years old when he earned his first $1 million. When he was asked a question, Charles, what is it that you got that's giving you a $1 million in salary per year? This was in the 1920s. Charles Schwab says, well, there are many people in the United States who are as good, if not better than me, in the art of understanding what steel is all about. In the business of steel, people are far better than me. But if there's one thing that I have as an asset, it is in being able to bring enthusiasm in my people, and I do that through sincere appreciation. Can you imagine this person who seemed to have probably not some exceptional technical skills, but if there's one thing that made him really stand apart, really stand different, stand across, and earn the amount of money which at that point in time Andrew Carnegie paid him, it was something substantial. But it's something very soft, something that we take for granted, something so simple, appreciation. It seems if you appreciate something wonderful, the wonderful thing about it is that when you start appreciating anything that is excellent, that which you appreciate actually belongs to you as well. It becomes a part of you. But do we all know how to appreciate? Let's show of hands, please. Do we know how to appreciate?
Yes.
Okay, good. Do we do it often?
Yes.
We don't do it.
No, we don't do it. Okay, we do appreciate sometimes, I know that, especially when I want some things out of somebody, you know. So there was this person who wanted to really get a very big thing from his wife. So she was in the bathroom singing. And he was not very sincere. He knew that she was not a very good singer. But when she was in the bathroom singing, he goes, oh, wow, Whitney Houston. And she was in the bathroom, you know, singing. And she suddenly heard that from her husband. She finishes a bath and she comes out later on. She says, darling, did you call me Whitney Houston? He says, yes, of course. You really like my voice that much? Oh yeah, you're very melodious. You know what? From today onwards, I'm going to sing for you every day. And everywhere. Whenever I get an opportunity, I'm going to sing for you. And there he was, victim of his own doing. He had no choice but to listen to her. But he was very insincere in his appreciation. So let's appreciate sincerely. And that's what we'll try and do now. So I know that you're sitting with people you probably know to a large extent. And I want you to see how you can find goodness in others. So when you want to appreciate people, you want to go up to them and you want to shake hands with them, you want to hug them and say, you know what, I like this about you. And do you think we can appreciate strangers? Can we? Of course we can. We can appreciate people. You look at so many things that are good about them. There's so many compliments that you can pay to people. Everywhere, in every nook and corner. But are we doing it enough? Because that's something which is magical. So now what I want you to do is a simple thing. I want you all to stand up. And I want you to move to a person that you've never met through the Toastmasters. Somebody new, somebody different. And this is what you do. You go to that person and sincerely from your heart, really look at something that you want to appreciate in that person. Something. In fact, you're not strangers, we're at least Toastmasters. We have that thing in common. And we've probably seen each other. So you've seen, you've never met, you've never spoken, but this is an opportunity to really rehearse this particular beautiful skill of appreciation. So stand up, go around, at least 3 people I want you to meet now and appreciate something. 3 people who are not your partners sitting with you, right? Go ahead, please. 3 people. Appreciate them.
Please. Okay. I have not seen this lady. No, never in life. Now you do see a throat life.
All right.
Throughout life you do see.
So let me ask you a question. How does this make you feel?
Great.
Great. Did you feel great giving the compliment or receiving the compliment?
Both.
Both. Which makes it feel better?
Giving.
Yeah, receiving, giving. You know, in giving you receive twice. In giving, you receive twice, especially appreciation. You can never appreciate another person. You can never, let me repeat, very important. You can never, ever appreciate another person unless you feel appreciated yourself. Agreed?
Yes.
Unless you are up to it, unless you are happy in your life, unless you feel really spirited, you are not going to go up there and tell somebody, hey, you know what, I like this about you. You know what, I like what you're doing. I like your job. Well done. I like your smile. I like your face. I like your head. Well, a few of us nicely have companions, which is good. But yeah, you've got to be up to it yourself before you want to go and give it to somebody else. But remember to do it as often as you can to people that you want to. Because things that get appreciated get repeated as well. And today in corporate, I took quite a few trainings with corporate, and this is what we've started seeing. They're shifting from catching them doing things wrong to catching them doing things right. It's a shift complete of that mantra. Managers, leaders were there saying, okay, something wrong, let me catch you, let me monitor you, let me be the person who sees what's going wrong. But now it's moved to let me see what's going right. And there's something called appreciative inquiry. They're going and inquiring into things. Let's see what's going right. Let's see who are the people who are doing well. Let's see what are the systems which are doing extremely well in your organization. They'll catch those things and they say, how are they doing so well here? Can we extend this to other places? So they appreciate things which are happening well, and they see how they can actually take that across to different divisions and different people in different areas. So appreciation is magnificent. Appreciation is wonderful. You feel great doing it.
But Prakash, nowadays people have become so cynical. When you go and appreciate somebody, you will think that you have something in your mind.
Yeah, exactly, Mr. Madhusudan. Thank you so much. I'll tell you one thing. It would happen. I remember I got this understanding of appreciation, and I wanted to do with my team members, and I was having a team of about 8 recruiters, all ladies, and I had 2 guys who were in sales. So I had 10 people with me, and I want to do this appreciation. And you know what makes it really better is just not appreciate with words, but if you can write it down. That makes it massive. So I used to have these 3x5 cards, something like this. I would have 3x5 cards with me, and when I see something good, I would write it down for my member of staff, and I'd go and give it to them. And they will always get shocked the first time they see something like this, because you've not been appreciating them. Yeah, you've not been appreciating them enough, and suddenly they see you appreciating, they say, my God, what's wrong with you? You know, they come to you and say, everything okay, sir? All fine? You sure you're okay? You say, no, yeah, perfectly all right. Why? Well, I see that you're appreciating us these days. So yes, if you're doing it once in a year, then people are going to think that way, yeah? And it would happen initially, but do it often, do it regularly, keep doing it. And that's fantastic for you to actually grow up.
Sometimes when you appreciate too much, people don't consider your appreciation as something they really want to take in for an improvement or whatever, because it's kind of like they applaud, it's Toastmasters applaud all the time.
Good.
So that kind of thing as well. So is there like a middle ground?
True. I wouldn't think there's a middle ground, but I would think there's something called sincerity. Sincerity and appreciation is important. When you appreciate somebody, be sincere. Because believe me one thing, I don't think anybody in the world wants less appreciation. Mother Teresa said that there is more hunger for love and appreciation in this world than for bread. And that's a fact. We hold ourselves back from appreciating, having certain assumptions that this may not work, this will not happen. But truly, genuinely, if you see something that you like somebody doing, please appreciate it. Even if you don't do it before, please do it again. Because things that get appreciated get repeated. They would do it. Whatever you appreciate of people, they would want to come and do it again. So appreciate the right things. Appreciate the things that you want. They say if you're not appreciating, you're depreciating. I'll hold the questions for some time. I'm just mindful of time. If I can finish the other 3 mantras and take questions, is that okay? You want to add something, please? Yes, sir.
Whatever session I have seen so far, this is the best.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Is there a question? Okay, can you? Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. And it's nice to appreciate in public, right? When you can appreciate people in front of others, it's the best way you can do it. And if you want to really let's say reprimand somebody, then do it in private. But yes, you have to do both. You've got to hold people responsible and accountable for things that are not going well, but don't do that in public. There's a way of doing it. There as well, we can still use a sandwich technique of trying to speak about what good they have, tell them what they can improve, and then tell them again how they've been doing extremely well. So the Toastmasters help us there as well. Ganesh, you want to just... All right, so we'll come back to the next one. Now, this is a simple exercise to understand this one. There's a 1 minute activity I want you to do. So all of you have a piece of paper in front of you, which is plain sheet of paper.